understand how the playoff works. We're going to talk about it real quick. Check my other channel out there for the TV. I did a video on my first round wild card predictions. So basically, you know, if you don't know, the Lions got the #1 seed in the NFC, 15-2. That's crazy because Philadelphia was on their heels, Minnesota was on their heels. So, you know, it was the first matchup with teams 13 or more wins, you know, to end the season to decide the division. So, you know, I hear people shitting on Minnesota. They ain't beat nobody. They ain't that good and all that. Minnesota was a good football team. I played 17 teams and I only lose to 2 of them. And they lost twice to Detroit and then to the Rams. I mean, that's a hell of a high record right there. You know? So you got to understand, you know, a lot of this season they've been playing with no pressure on them. So, you know, learning to be a team that win and play with pressure and play with expectations is a different beast. You know what I'm saying? So it's process. It's steps to the process. Some people and teams are great enough to skip the process. Some ain't, but it's a rarity. But, you know, basically the position we in, you're like, who can we play in the divisional round? The Lions get the lowest seed that wins wild card weekend in the NFC. So as you have it in my brain, you have 2 AFC teams playing Saturday night, 4:30 is Chargers and Texans, and 8 o'clock that's on NBC. Don't quote me on that. I think it's NBC, ESPN or NBC, something like that. And then 8 o'clock Prime Video, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers playing the Ravens. And then Sunday, you finish up the AFC as well too. But I think Buffalo is taking on Denver. I think maybe that's the 1 o'clock game. That's probably on CBS. Philadelphia is taking on they're taking on the Green Bay Packers, or Green Bay going to Philly. And then Washington is taking on going to Tampa, 6 versus 3. And then Monday Night Football is the Vikings visiting the Rams. Now, can you see the Vikings again? Yeah. That's if the 7th, any seed lower than them, I think 7th and 6th seed loses. They both lose. The Eagles and the Commanders both lose. Then you can see the Lions in Minnesota. We heard what Dan Campbell said, possibly see you in a few weeks. So you can see a Lions and Minnesota trilogy, which I don't like. Could you see a Green Bay and Detroit trilogy? Yes. I don't like playing teams 3 times. Trust and believe me. Division opponents in the playoffs is nasty work. I believe the only divisional game you have in these wild card round is the Ravens and the Steelers. And the Steelers have given the Ravens and Lamar everything he's wanted and some. So, yeah, but, you know, you can see the Washington Commanders, too. I think that would be a hot ticket in Detroit. And not an easy win because he's mobile. You know, they throw the ball a lot. And Jaden Daniels is phenomenal. So, I think what you can see is probably Detroit play Tampa. You probably most likely won't see that. I don't know. You could. I'm not sure. Mathematically in my head, I'm not sure if you can see them play Tampa. Honestly, I'm not sure. Because Tampa is 3. So you could see a Stafford thing. I guess you could. So the 3 seed being the lowest seed, you can't see it. Unless a lot of upsets happen. So most likely you won't see Tampa to the NFC Championship. And Tampa's the only NFC team that beat the Lions and the Eagles, by the way. They housed the Eagles in the playoffs last year. You know, they was going through their troubles in Philly. So yeah. So most likely, out of my predictions, you're probably going to play the Washington Commanders. I think Eagles handle Green Bay. I think Minnesota handles the Rams, and I think the Commanders upset the Bucks. So most likely, Jaden Daniels coming to Ford Field. Marshawn Lattimore is a really good corner. He's been injured. Terry McLaurin is a problem. I think he's a top 10 receiver. Ohio State and LSU just keep producing great receivers, don't they? So yeah, man, like that, you know, that's the real scenario. I think the unlikely is you playing Philly. I think unlikely is you playing Tampa. So you can take Philly and Tampa off the board for the second round. So really your picks is LA, the Rams, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers, and you have the Washington Commanders. So if all the favorites or all the top seed win, because Minnesota is the favorite over LA, and LA is the better seed, but we know Minnesota won 14 games. So all the top seeds win. We will be facing the Los Angeles Rams again. So if Philly take care of Green Bay, Tampa take care of Washington, and LA takes care of Minnesota. All the top seeds win. We'll be playing LA. We'll be playing the Los Angeles Rams. Stafford will be coming back for a trilogy versus the Lions in Ford Field. Don't really want to play Stafford 3 times in a row, but it is what it is. So, in another scenario, if it's all upsets, Packers beat the Eagles, Washington Commanders defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Minnesota seed-wise beat LA. You be playing Green Bay again. So apparently Jordan Love also hurt his elbow the other night. So that's not good. So they pulled him. They lost to Chicago. Chicago hadn't beat them in a long time. So that was a great morale booster for the Chicago Care Bears going into the regular season. Going into the offseason. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm able to lay back. The Lions really needed that rest. And, one thing I was kind of noticing, Arizona in the locker room. That's a big guy. Brad Holmes is a big guy too. You ain't running up on Brad Holmes. Y'all think y'all back in the day that ran up on Jack McCloskey when he traded Adrian Dantley and shit. Yeah, you can run up on Trader Jack, but you ain't running up on Brad Holmes. And you ain't running up Arizona. Arizona a big white boy. I was looking at him and I said, man, that's a big mother, man. Hell no. But yeah, I think he became attached to the city of Detroit. But I'll give you my picks. Y'all don't want to watch my main channel video, Good Fella TV. I'll give you the picks here. I remember them. And Mambies Morris talked about I picked the Vikings to beat the Lions. No, the fuck I didn't. I picked the Lions by 1 point. I ain't picked them by 35,000 points like they won. I go back and watch the prediction video. I picked the Lions by uno. But nonetheless, my picks, they go a stand, right? And then AFC, I got the Steelers upsetting the Ravens, Lamar, just my pick. I got Denver upsetting the Broncos, just my opinion. I got the Chargers beating Houston, Texas, kind of a seeding upset. I think that's 3. Then I have the Eagles beating the Packers. I have the Commanders upsetting the Bucks, and I have the Vikings upsetting LA, at least seeding wise. So those are my picks. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, other platforms. All this on the link tree. Peace.